You have trouble going no contact with a man who doesn't want you? Oh, okay. See, the problem is, some of y'all don't want princess treatment. You like getting treated like trash. You don't want a man who has to earn you and work for you. You throw yourself at any man who shows you any sign of attention. That's not princess energy. A woman could stand on the street looking like a hobo, and gross men would give her attention. Are you kidding me? Princess energy is knowing just because a guy gives me attention doesn't mean he's my king. Attention does not equal king. You have to have a little bit more standards for what you're looking for, but there's no self-worth there. You have to do the work, sister. You need to put the work in, and you need to start to like yourself. Or you're going to attract men who disrespect you and treat you the way that you see yourself. And I'm not going to have that, because you're worth more than what you're currently treating yourself like. No, ma'am. No, you're going to have to turn down hot guys. You're going to have to turn down guys that you're crushing on and guys that might be your type, because they're not what you're worth. So you need to cut that out. I'm done hearing your mouth about, oh, I want all these things. This is what I want a provider. I want a protector. And then you settle for Dusty down the block. You settle for Dusty, who probably is an abuser, probably is a narcissist, probably is all these things, because you haven't done the inner work on yourself and you haven't spent time liking yourself. Put in the work. Done with the mouth running. You want to run your mouth about what you want and not put it into action? You go over here and the rest of the queens will go over here. But I'm done with that mouth. Level up. You're worth more than what you're currently putting yourself through, and get it together.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about what happens when you've been ghosted. Okay, sis, he has ghosted you. Now what do you do? Okay, hopefully before you reacted, you were able to find this video, because it's filled with different TikToks of people telling you their experiences from being ghosted, what they've learned, what they would have done different, and maybe open you up to a different perspective. So keep watching for more.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Do I look like I give a fuck? I don't. I don't care. I don't care.
Reasons to delete his number if he ghosts you. I'm going to tell you exactly why you should pretty much immediately delete his number after you're sure that he has ghosted you. Trust me, this works every time. First, and probably most importantly, this is going to ensure that you have zero future regrets, because you are basically taking away your ability to text him. If you get drunk, if you're out with your girlfriends, if you're in your feels, you just can't do it because you literally don't have his number. Reason number 2, and my personal favorite, is if he ghosts you and you delete his number, if he tries to text you again, which he will, obviously, you can genuinely respond to this man. Who is this?
Switch up on you, get into the habit of shutting down their access.
Once I realized the power I had with just shutting my access off to people who took me for granted, it was over. That day of taking advantage of Brittany, over. But what I have to say is, make sure that you are paying attention to the people that you have around you. Not everybody is meant to be in your space or have access to you. It's poor spiritual hygiene for everybody to have access to you, including family. I would say, don't hold grudges, but pay attention how people treat you, because that's exactly how they feel about you.
I've been ghosted before, and honestly, my take on it is I get offended. I get so offended that they would walk away from me that it turns me off from them, and so I separate myself. So immediately, okay, you've ghosted me. Okay, I'm taking you off my social media. I'm deleting your number. I might even block your number depending on how strongly I feel about it, because of the audacity. The audacity.
This is the only thing you need to learn when a guy goes MIA for days or ghosts you, okay? This should be your only response. It's to do nothing. It's to do absolutely nothing. He wanted to leave. Well, you're going to let him leave. You're going to hold that door wide the open and let him walk through it. And then you're going to close it. Then you're going to close it. Adios, amigo. That's literally your only response. Your response, you have to retrain that pretty little brain of yours, because your thoughts should not be, what Instagram should I post right now? He doesn't give a fuck. What story should I post? He, again, does not give a fuck. Text him. Why would you do that? Don't Snapchat him. Block. Done. It's done. He made a decision, and now you've made yours. It's actually very simple. It's actually very simple. It's to be unbothered. Because what he's doing is he's using reverse psychology, right? Sometimes when they do this, they want you to run. They want to see if you run after them. And I want to let you know that if you do that and it works, he knows that he's got you wrapped around his finger, and it's not going to be a good situation for you, baby. It's not going to be a good situation for you. In this situation, what you need to learn how to do is to match his energy. Match his energy in this situation. Match it. He's done, so you. So the you. I know it's hard because you really liked him. I know he said all these things that he obviously didn't mean, because actions speak louder than words again.
Life hack for if you ever get ghosted, go to your contacts and change their name to say, who is this? For example, a couple of years ago, I got ghosted by this guy that I talked to for like a couple of months. And then a week later, he was posting a girl on his story, which loved that, felt really good to my heart. So I changed his name on my phone to say, who is this? So that way, if he ever called me again, which I had a feeling that he would, I could say, hello, who is this? Because, I thought that would be like a super sick burn, which maybe it would not have been that sick of a burn, but it would have been at least a little bit sick of a burn, okay? And then a couple of months later, who calls? Say, who is this calls? And I answer the phone and I go, hello? And then we have a conversation that lasted like 45 minutes. The next time he calls though, I'm gonna say, who is this?
I definitely hope she was being sarcastic when she said the next time he calls, because she already answered saying, who is this? And he was able to sway her into a 45-minute conversation, which means he ghosted her again, because that's just what they do. It's like they just want to know that they are attached to you. They want to know that when they cry wolf, you're going to believe them. So they keep crying wolf and keep crying wolf and keep crying wolf and playing with your emotions. That should anger you. That should anger you to not even react. Like, don't send no paragraphs, none of that. It's done.
A man can ghost you for a variety of different reasons. And to be quite honest, if he has not shared what those reasons are of not wanting to date you anymore, then it has really nothing to do with you. And while ghosting can be hurtful, it can be painful, to be honest, you got to be happy that the trash took itself out. Now, there are some instances where a man will ghost you simply because he wants to have that door remain possibly open so he can come back. When men leave and then they come back, do not take that as a compliment. Do not take that as, oh, he learned his lesson and he's coming back to me now, a changed man. Now, while there are some few minor instances where that happens, 9 times out of 10, you are the minority, not the majority.
They ghost you, do this. All right, when somebody ghosts you, number one, you don't want to question it. You don't want to seek closure. You don't know what you got spared from. So I'm not going to internalize what you just did. I'm not going to blame myself. I'm not going to fight and compete for your attention. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to live my life, and I'm going to make money, and I'm going to prosper. See, the thing is this. A man can look at you and know that he will always underperform. Even at his best, he doesn't even compete with you. He knows that. And so you as a woman, you're looking at, but I'm not trying to compete with him. I'm just trying to love him. I'm just trying to build with him. I'm just trying to do this. And regardless of how pure your intentions are, he's looking at you like, I don't feel like a man with her. I feel more like a man with Tink Tink. You know what I'm saying? Tink Tink ran out of gas money and he was able to give her $10 and he was a savior in her eyes. Okay, so Tink Tink make him feel like a man, boo. You got your own going on, so he don't feel like a man with you. And the thing is this, you got to be careful with men like that, because they will try to humble you by hurting you. Overqualified. You got the degrees, you got the Benz, you got the house, you got the apartment. You know, he don't feel like a man with you. He feel like a man with Tink Tink. You know what I'm saying? Tink Tink, you know, he can poke his chest out with Tink. He can't poke his chest with you. You know what I'm saying? See, you love him, can't depend on him. Like, your type of bills and financial obligations is more than his entire salary. You know, so this is why dating down will bring you down. because you're doing better than him, he wants to find somebody he's doing better than, and you have to let him do that. He doing the right thing. Let him and Tink Tink be together. Tink Tink love him. Freaking bread with Tink Tink. He done got her some DoorDash, and everybody on social media know what he just did for her, cause she just so on cloud 9 for him buying her DoorDash. Like, let him and Tink Tink do their thing, and you just go find better.
This is one of my favorite clips because what she said was just so real. Like, they really want to be around somebody they can puff their chest out around, and they can't do that to women that are doing better than them. So that's why they be running around with the chicken heads and they baby mamas and stuff like that, because those women make them feel good. That's not your problem, though. Don't even wonder why. Don't even try to wonder why. Like, I had somebody ghost me, I want to say, for about 2 months, right? Right before my birthday. This fool, I had cut off all his contact and his access was denied. So I'm sure he probably tried to call me and text me and all that. I had him blocked. How about this man showed up to my doorstep unannounced? And get this, the gift was a bottle of hot sauce. I couldn't even. I had to just send him on his way. But that just goes to show you, if he wanted to, he willed. Like, he was like, I didn't see your car outside the other day. I'm like, whoa, you've been driving past? Like, when men want something, they go get it. So if they're ghosting you, they're doing that on purpose. I couldn't believe that he had like missed my birthday. And then later I just realized, like, in my mind, oh, like, he was broke. He was broke. That's why he missed my birthday, because that cost money and he didn't have it to spend.
I want to start a family with you.
What?
So I just saw this video on TikTok and I saw some of the comments. A lot of the comments were like, my man took me to look at engagement rings and the next day he ghosted me. My man told me that he wanted to marry me and for me to have his kids. The next day he ghosted me. My man said he wanted to meet my parents and he ghosted me. My man had just said, I love you. And then he ghosted me. And there was another comment where somebody was like, this is obvious why men do this. Men do this because they're afraid of their feelings. No. Like, I know that there are some rare occasions where that's the case, and they want you to think that. They want you to think there's some deep, special, emotional reason for why they ghosted you. But I believe it's because some men love to cosplay as good guys when they really are bad guys. I think some men do this because they want you to give them that good guy treatment. They want you to treat them as if they had done all these things. And if all they have to do is sell you a dream, sell you a fantasy, talk a good game, that's exactly what they'll do. This is why you don't get caught up on what a man is telling you. You wait to see the actions. I don't care if you say, I want to marry you one day, I want to have your kids. Where's my ring? You're not getting the treatment of a man who's proposed to me, the treatment of a man who I'm engaged to, if you're not that guy. Like, some men will tell you anything and everything. And some men, I hate to say it, but it's the truth. The cruelty is the point. Some men, they get a kick out of seeing what they can talk you into, especially if they can get a good girl to do bad things for them. I don't care what he tells you, make him prove it, or it didn't happen, or he doesn't mean it. There are men out here who try to seduce women and talk women into doing certain things for sport. They get with their guy friends and they laugh about all the things they have convinced you of. Don't fall for this. If he is genuine about all the things that he's telling you, about all the promises that he's making you, make him prove it. And do not start acting like he already did.
If a man walks away from you or ghosts you with no explanation, or they may have other options and things like that, what you don't want to do as a woman is question it. You don't care. You're unbothered, okay? If you are not unbothered when you're ghosted, then you're doing this all wrong. The point of being ghosted is to be unbothered. Because a lot of times when a man ghosts a woman, sometimes, not all the time, it's to get the woman to chase. And you're not that type of woman, so you're not going to chase. Another reason is either they can't afford you, or they found somebody else, or they went back to whoever they were with in the first place. So you don't want to care why. If they wanted you, they would be there. Okay? So don't ever question why a man ghosts you. If they come back into your life, charge them. Admission.
I think it's kind of amazing that as we get older, we kind of just know when someone's ghosting us. Like, remember when you were younger and you had no clue that this man was ghosting you and you would like hyperventilate and you're like, why isn't he texting me back? And now you're just like, oh damn, another one bites the dust. It's so funny because women do it to men and men do it to women. But as we spend more time in the dating game, we just see the patterns and we just know. Like, oh, he got sick and he canceled the date. Oh, you're never going on that date. Oh, the communication is spotty. Babe, this is spotty. This is not gonna work. Oh, you texted me a week later. You're bored. You don't really like me. Work got really busy. Girl, just focus on yourself. He's trying to ghost you. He doesn't like you. Move on. People say things like young people, they just move on so quickly. No, it's because young people see the patterns of when someone's not interested in them. Like, I know that he doesn't like me. He knows that I don't like him. So we're gonna move on. We're not like sticking around and sticking around and sticking around because we have to, because we're delusional. Whereas I feel like maybe back in the day, like if he spun the block a week later to reschedule a date that he's already canceled 3 times, a woman would be like, I cannot wait. Not actually thinking about the fact that he probably just spun the block because his roster's not responding to him and he's bored. Not because he likes you. But we're smarter now. That's what I think, at least. What do you think? I actually think we're smarter. I think we're smarter.
I hope you enjoyed some of the advice on this video. Let me know down in the comments if you've ever been ghosted before or what your reaction to being ghosted was, like what you thought initially versus what you've learned now that you know. I'm going to do a part 2 video talking about what do you do when they come back. So once they've ghosted you, we know what to do now, and we're going to do another one based off of what do you do when they come back. Do you say something? What do you say? Do you not? So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.